Alright, I'm back with another episode of Conversations with Jay. I got another special guest in the building. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Go ahead.
Okay. Hey everyone. My name is Amber Stevenson. I am 25 years old. I'm from Englewood and I am a hustlepreneur, aka an entrepreneur.
Alright, so explain what a hustlepreneur is.
Okay, so I'm sure everybody done heard the song I'm Every Woman. That's pretty much my title. I wear many hats. I get it by any means necessary, which means any kind of form of income that you can get, I focus on. Whether it's financial literacy, teaching it, doing taxes. I have my own financial service company. I do hair. I can do makeup, eyelashes, waxing. A lot of forms of income. I hustle to get it.
Alright, so basically, shit, you ain't taking no for an answer.
Exactly.
You gonna get it some type of way.
Exactly.
Alright, so let me ask you, what did you want to be when you was younger?
That's crazy because I wanted to be a chemist when I was younger, and I always wanted to help people. So to kind of combine that, it led to me getting older to wanting to do makeup and hair and just come up with my own cosmetic products, like making my own stuff. And that's kind of like combining, the chemist aspect along with helping people.
Right.
I winded up graduating and doing something totally different, going to school for nursing, focus on trying to please other people. Right. And, listening to the outsiders saying I want to make money being, an esthetician or a cosmetologist doing hair and makeup and stuff. So I wound up going to school for nursing later on after I graduated from high school. And yeah, that's pretty much that.
All right, so let me ask you this, because you wear many hats.
Mm-hmm.
So I know in elementary and high school we wasn't taught certain things in school. So what do you think is missing from like a real curriculum in high school or elementary school?
The main thing is financial literacy. That's the key right there. We learn about history, but we don't learn about future. We don't focus on making art change in history. We just constantly repeating it. That financial literacy key. If we don't know how to during school we taught how to graduate and go work for somebody else, work hard so that we can go to a good college and graduate to get a good career. But we're not taught that in those careers we're going to be paying the highest tax rates, that it's important to go to school for what you want to do, but start your own business and grow from that and gain, financial freedom. We're not taught no financial literacy when it comes to school.
So where did your passion to teach come from?
It came from me going down the wrong path and changing it, and then going back to look at the youth and seeing that they're going down that same path. It come from me wanting to just change, the environment that I'm around so that we can all grow together instead of just being monkeys in a barrel pulling each other down and still following what we were taught.
Right. Now, have you grew up in Englewood your entire life?
Yep.
Now, growing up in Englewood, you done seen the good, bad, and the ugly. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the change in Englewood over the past years?
I have, but it wasn't mostly a positive change. I can tell that it went from being a community where everybody was outside every day. We all had those neighborhoods and those blocks where you a kid and y'all have block parties and the church have functions and it's water fights and it's fun.
Right.
And then eventually everybody get old, and then you got those people who die off. You got the people who move away, who just never come around again, now the block dead. And it's like in that process I saw a change from being live to dying out to now that people are coming back in. Those wealthy people who have a vision and who have financial literacy, they're coming in to gentrify the neighborhood and turn it into what it used to be, but it's going to be a different color of people around. So I'm definitely seeing a change, and it's constantly changing every season.
Now, you into the financial literacy, so do you think that financial literacy should start at a young age, and do you think it's like a period where it's harder to teach adults than it is kids?
It should definitely start at a young age. I'm teaching my children now, and they're 2, 7, 8, and I have getting ready to have a 4-month-old. It starts right then and there. When they're able to ask for $1, they should start being able to be educated on financial literacy. And as far as teaching adults, it's a lot difficult to teach an adult versus teaching a child, because children they're still like sponges, and it's easier to change their way of thinking. But for an adult, they have to really unlearn everything that they've been taught all of these years. Then they're older than me. I'm only 25, so me sitting in front of somebody that's 45, 50 is kind of like intimidating. They're already stuck on what they know, so it's definitely harder. You have to be open-minded in order to be open for that change.
Yeah, so okay. Now, before I go into that, I want to say, at what age did you start your first business?
I started my first business at 24.
And what was that?
That was my financial service company. My legally established business. I've always saw myself working for myself. I've only had 2 jobs my entire life, and when I was there, it was always like, okay, what can I learn from this job to help me get my own, help me get my own business. I always looked at it like, man, this CEO, I know they making money doing this, so I know they helping a lot of people with this company that they have. So that's pretty much, I've always wanted to own my own business, and this financial service company was just what it took.
What are some of the things that you offer?
We specialize in tax preparation, but we're more of like financial advisors. So we're building a business relationship with all of our clients, to where any financial service they may struggle with or need help, or anything they need, we want to assist them. So we partner with other financial service companies that specialize in different things. So we specialize in tax preparation. We partner with people who have financial services that they specialize in, maybe real estate or credit repair, helping people just build financially, and investing and different things like that. So if you were to sit down with me and say, hey Amber, I want my taxes done. Okay, well, we break everything down into seasons. So, okay, this season, we're going to get your taxes done. This next season, I know everybody want to start a business. They just don't know how. So, we're going to go into referring you to somebody who can fix your credit and get you all straight there. Then the next season, we're going to work on getting you established with your business and getting all that legal stuff done. And then so forth and so on.
So, basically, if you can't do something, you're going to connect the dots with somebody that can.
Absolutely.
So you like a one-stop shop then.
Absolutely.
Okay, so a lot of people, like now, I think a lot of people's eyes are being open to how important financial literacy is, and most importantly, how important credit is.
Right.
So can you speak on how important credit is?
Credit is extremely important. Without credit, you pretty much don't have nothing. You can have $1 million cash, but if you don't have that credit established, then that cash really isn't worth anything. You always want to have that foundation where you can build upon. A lot of people that have money and are already rich, they use credit as it is. They don't even use their actual cash. Our president, for example. So it's really important to have credit established, good credit. Don't run from the fact that you then cracked your card a couple months ago or years ago when you was younger. Just I read a book that's called Eat the Frog. Just eat the frog, get it over with, take care of it. If you have anything that you need to work on to build your credit, do it, especially while you're young.
Okay, now a lot of people, like you said, you read a book. I'm finding out isn't like I tried to read a couple books. I done finished a couple, but it's easier for me to listen to a book. You know what I'm saying? But I find it very important to get information from books, And like I say, when we was in school, we learned social studies. We learned a gang of stuff we necessarily didn't need. You know, at the time it may have been important to pass a test, but it wasn't important to our own personal growth.
Right.
So what are some other things that you use to grow personally?
The first thing I've done to grow personally is changing my circle. You know, it may sound kind of harsh, but if you want better, you're going to put yourself around people who have better, who, you know, you can learn something from. Because if you're sitting in a room full of losers, you're going to be the fifth loser. So it's important. It was just important for me to change my whole scenery, change my environment, not forget where I came from or forget those people who made me, you know, up to what I am today. But just changing my environment was one of the ways that encouraged me to do better. And then, you know, once you do that, you will wind up getting different ideas from so many other people, and then networking from so many other places, and they'll introduce you to something, and then changing your way of eating can, you know, open your mind to be more open to different things, and exercising and meditating. Just it's so many other ways that you can grow and develop, not just from reading books, but you have to make sure that every part of you, every aspect of your life is aligned.
All right, now you had the Level Up Entrepreneurship program.
Yes.
Now let's get into that. Like, what is everything that you offer?
So with this Level Up Entrepreneurship program, it's through my company, but it's like it's a 7-week summer program that was created for youth between the ages of 11 and 18 years old. It's a program that's going to help them start, operate, and grow their business from the ground up. And it's going to be, you know, just full of information. It's not like a classroom setting. We're going to be going different places. We're going to, you know, have different entrepreneurs coming in to speak with them. We're going to have different activities for them to do, not just reading out of a book, but actually teaching them how to start, operate, and grow their business from the ground up.
All right, now one of the activities I see you have is setting goals. So how important is it to set goals and actually follow through with your goals?
It's extremely important. You know, if you can't set a goal, then you won't be able to achieve anything in life, because you have to know exactly what it is that you want. So once we teach them how to sit down and be honest with themselves, and, you know, write this thing down. Don't just talk about it. Write it down. Once you write this big goal down, so it won't just be like, they'll say, hey, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, we need to make steps. We need to write smaller goals down so that we can achieve this one big goal. You want to be a millionaire? Okay, what are some of the things that you need to do in order to achieve becoming a millionaire? And that's where, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. You know, just setting those goals and getting them done, because that's the only way you can make it.
Right. Now, financial literacy is extremely important to me. And one thing that I've learned, like sitting down with the corona and everything going on, is that it became easy to save money. So speak on how important it is to save and how that actually helps create different goals.
Yeah, definitely. So saving is kind of like right up there with building your credit. It's kind of neck and neck with each other. If you make money, I read in another book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, if you make money, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you can save and how much you can keep. So making money, it takes money to make money. That's very true. So once you do make money, it's important to pay yourself first. Whatever you pay yourself first, that's the money that you're saving. That's that background pay. But then you have to spend some more money and invest. And once you start investing, your savings will keep building up. So every time you generate income, you take some out, you pay yourself, and then you take the rest and you pay it towards something that you want to invest in to keep making your money grow. And eventually your money will work for you and you won't work for your money.
All right, so shout out to Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes.
And one thing that I learned personally from that book was assets over liability.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and speak on that.
That when I read that, and I you know how you always know something, but when you when you have someone else talk to you about it, it's kind of like a confirmation. And I've always sat down and written down things like, okay, this is what's important, this is what's not important. I'm gonna put more money towards this and less money towards that. And the difference between the asset and the liability, reading it in that book, just kind of confirmed that I was, on the right path. When you have an asset, that's something, like I was saying, taking your money and investing it towards that, because that's what's going to generate more income. Liabilities is the bills you got to pay. That's something that has to go towards something that's a necessity. But you want to make your assets take care of your liabilities. You don't want any liabilities. You want to have all assets, so that if a liability does come, your asset can go ahead and take care of that for itself.
All right, now, being 25, if you had to give yourself some financial advice at 18, what would that advice have been?
Start now. It would be to start now. I always, I don't regret it, but I do wish that the things that I know now, I knew then. And basically just, save, invest, don't think about what somebody else may feel, because even with this tax thing, it took me a minute to start actually taking tax preparation seriously, because I was stuck in a poor dad mindset where you need to work a 9-to-5, get money, pay bills, save a little bit as much when you can, however you can. And tax preparation, I wasn't getting income right then and there. I had to wait until my clients was funded in order for me to be paid. But once I started seeing that income come in, my mindset totally changed, because it was big lump sums versus small lump sums in quick periods of time.
Right.
So it would just be to that the biggest financial advice I would give myself when I was 18 was to just go for it. Don't hesitate, even with investing in stocks and stuff. You win some and you lose some. Take the risk and don't look back.
Man, it's crazy that you say that, and it's important for people at all ages to understand that. Like, just do it.
Exactly.
Because when you think about like the money you've made over your lifetime and the stupid things you wasted it on, like you say, what's $200 to the stock market? Exactly. You lose it, so what? If it grow, it may turn into $400. Now you just doubled your money by literally not doing anything. So I want to know now, what is financial literacy and freedom? What do those two things mean to you?
Being financially free is just, man, it's an amazing feeling, to where you can go to sleep and you making money in your sleep, where you literally don't put in, you working smart and not hard. Financial freedom is just having leverage. You can work. You got the entrepreneur, you have the employee, you have the business owner, you have the self-employed, and then you have that investor. And the main goal is to be an investor to gain financial freedom, because if you're any of those other things, if you're an employee or if you're self-employed, even if you're a business owner, you don't have the leverage of time, money, and availability. You don't have that freedom to be able to say, you know what, today's one of them days, let's go chill. You always have to, sacrifice something. And the game, it comes with sacrifices, but once you are financially free, those sacrifices become a lot smaller.
I personally think that's where a lot of people, fall off track or just decide, hey, I don't want to do this no more. Is the ups and downs of those things. So I'm happy you said that. Now, you got a lot going on, so I want to give you an opportunity to let people know how they can get in contact with you if they want your services and summer youth program.
Absolutely. So I have my personal phone number. I have my business phone number. My personal number is public because I'm just used to using it.
Right.
But you can give me a call at 708-262-3094. That's my cell. I'm able to be reached via email at amberrwf@gmail.com. You can also add me on Facebook, Amber Tashe. I have an Instagram, Right Way Financial Services. I can be reached in several ways. My business line is 877-200-6609. So just hit me up. I'm always available. I never sleep. I have a 4-month-old, so I'm always up, and I'm always, constantly running, trying to get to it, because you just never know when.
Facts. Now, I want to thank you, for coming on my show.
Definitely.
I apologize for, y'all having to end up in 8 different
it's all
places.
Good. It's all
but
good.
I appreciate you for coming and spreading the information that you have. You know what I'm saying? You
Thank
never
you
know.
for having me.
No problem. You never know who actually just needs this push.
Absolutely.
So hopefully we get somebody that, 1, connects with you, and 2,
Absolutely.
learns from you. So thank you.
Definitely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
No problem.
All right.